Hi guys, today class we are discuss about the topic file system interface. The main objective of this topic is to explain the function of the file system, to describe the interface to the file system, to discuss file system design, to explore file system production. First of all, we see about the file concept. File is nothing but a collection of words. It is stored in the contiguous memory location and contiguously logical address space. There are two types of file system available. So one is data file system, another one is program file system. So data file system is categorized into three categories: numeric data file system, character data file system, binary data file system. So numeric is nothing but is a numbers, character is an alphabetic characters and special characters. Binary is only zeros and ones. Second one is program file type. So it is like executable programs in various programming languages like C, C++, Java and so on. Next, file structure. So file is nothing but sequence of words and bytes. It is stored in the separate memory location. The simple record structure is having the collection of lines, each line having a fixed length and variable length. And the complex structure is formed documentation and relocated load files. Next, file attributes. So file attributes are name, identifier, type, location, size, production, and time, date, and user identification. So name is nothing but it is identifier to it knows the information about the file. It's the name of the file. It's in a human readable format. So next one is identifier. It is a unique number. It is used by the file system to identify the file. Third one is type. So it represents the type of the file having the different types. Location is nothing but is where the file is located on the device. Next, size. Each file having the different variant size. Next, production. So production means controls. Who can do reading, writing, and executing. Production is nothing but the file permissions. Next, time, date, and user identification is also known as timestamp. So each time we are opening a file that will be stored in the computer system. Next, file operations. File operations are create, write, read, reposition, and delete and truncate. So create is nothing but is whenever we are creating a new file, the new file is created. So after creating the file, so we are writing any information to the file. So after information writing, we are saving the file. After saved file, we are reading a file. Next, reposition is nothing but we are replace the content of data in the file. And deleting means we are removing the data information from the file. Truncate means so we are remove all the data from the file system. So next, most commonly used file operation is file open and file close. These are two function system calls used to file opening and file closing. Next, open files. So open file is not the simple thing. They having the several pieces of data are needed to manage open files. Those are file pointer, file open count, disk location, and access rights. So file pointer is used to read the file, to implement the read and write operations. So file open count is the counter of number of times a file is opened. Each time we are opening a file that will be maintained by the operating system. Next, disk location of the file. So we are save the file in anywhere like C drive, D drive, or the external removable disk also, or we are able to save the file in anywhere. Next, access rights is the permissions of file. So we are opening a file as read mode or write mode or executable mode. Next, open file locking. So file locking nothing but we are protect a file. So many operating systems can support file protection. For example, in Windows 7, it gives a special tool like BitLockers. With the help of BitLockers, so we are easily protect any drive or file with password protected. There are two categories in file open file locking. One is mandatory, another is advisory. So mandatory means access is denied depending on the log held and requested. So advisory means processors can find status of log and decide what to do. This is a simple Java example to execute the file locking concept. In this program, we are using two packages, java.io and java.nio.channels. So under java.io, we are using the random access file class. With the help of class, we are randomly open a file. So another package is java.nio.channels. So with the help of this package, we are using file channel class. So we are creating an object for the file channel class. With the help of the object, we are invoke the function ch.lock. When executing this line, the file will be locked. Once the file is locked, we can't able to open that file. So after locking, so we are also able to release the lock with the help of the function release. Next, file types. Several file types are available. So here we are discuss about what all the file types are available. So and it is file extension. So first of all, we see about the file type executable. So executable file is nothing but used to ready to run machine language programs. So also a many number of applications are in this type. Its extension is .exe, .com, .bin and so on. Second one is object file type. So this object file type is created whenever compiling any programming language programs. For example, we are compiling the C program. After compilation, one .obj file is created. Then only we are able to run the program. Its extension is .obj.o and etc. Next, source code. Source code is nothing but programs in various programming languages. For example, we are creating a C program means we are create the program with the extension .c. So there is the extensions of source code is .c, .cpp, .java, .post, .asm1, etc. So next, batch file. So this is also the executable file. It's used to we are executing some commands using command interpreter. For example, we want to execute a Java program directly. When simply we are double click the batch file. For example, we are write the compilation code and execution code in the batch file. So after creating, we are save the file as .bat extension. After saving, simply we are doubling the file. Automatically the command prompt is open and then the Java program is run. Next, text file. It is a simple, mostly used file types to store some information, read one information. For example, Notepad. We are creating a text files with the help of Notepad application and a Word application and so on. Its extension is .txt and .doc file extension. Next, word processor. There are various word processor formats are available. Its extension is .wp, .tex, .rtf, .doc. Next, library. So library is a special type because whenever we are opening any application, compulsory it having lot of supporting library files. Without library files, we can't execute any applications. Its extension is .lib, .dll and so on. Next, print or view file type. So this file type is mostly used by printers and some scanners. So suppose we are scan any document, the document will be stored as .ps file or .pdf file or .jpg file. Next one, archive file. So archive file is used to archive file type is used to we are compressing any file to reduce its size. Most of the application is available to compress the file. One simple example is WinRAR. With the help of WinRAR, we are able to compress the file into .zip file or .rar file or .tar file or .taz, etc. Next one is multimedia file type. So most of the image files and the video files are considered as a multimedia file. So its extension is .mpeg, .mov, .mp3, .ava, .mp4 and etc. So most of all my multimedia files are binary file. It contains audio and video contents. Next, access modes. There are two access modes are available: sequence access mode and direct access mode. Sequence access mode is nothing but we are implement the read or write operation from beginning of the file system, and then we are travel to next content of the file system. So random means, so we are, it is a direct access means we are implementing the random access of the content in the file system. We are using the read and write and position to n. N is nothing but relative block number. This is a diagrammatic representation for the sequence access file. So whenever we are implement the read or write operation, so it's compulsory we want to start the file pointer from beginning to end. This is the current position. Suppose now we want to read any content from the before of the file system. So compulsory we want to start the file pointer again from beginning, and then we are traveling the next and we read the data and so on. This is a simulation of the sequence access on the direct access file. Sequence access we are using reset, read next, write next. Implementation code is CP equal to 0. 0 is most used to we can reset the file pointer. Next read CP and CP will next CP plus 1 is the increment operation to read the next data from the file system. Now this is an example for index and relative file system. Here we are using two tables. First one is index file, next one is relative file. So first index file having two informations, one name and its a logical record number. So through the name we are invoke the logical number. With the help of logical number we can access the directly information from another file. This is referred as a relative file. That's all. Thank you guys.